Jim guys. So this is the third day in this playlist, and in the last video we talked about connecting your mobile wallet to your Flutter tab, and in this video we're going to be talking about how to get your balances like from the wallet, right? So how to get your Solana balance and how to get SPL token balance. So just like in the last video, I already created like a UI that we can easily like use as a template. Let's check it out quickly. Right. So with this UI, you can just copy the link to this UI, clone it, right? You can clone it and then yeah, you can follow along pretty quickly. Right. So let's just do this on the text. Right. So I'm gonna clone it to my desktop. I'm gonna open my VS Code from here. Alright, so that we can see going to start the Android emulator, right? And so that we can see it as it's running, I'm going to use the SCRC2i tool again. Um, at the same time, I'm going to run the code because it might take a while before it launches. This is what we are building is going to look like this at the end of the day, right? So yeah, this was what I was using to practice. So currently it's not running, right? So I mean that's how the UI looks, right? But right now there's nothing like plugged into it. I'm going to create a new terminal and do pub get to fix these issues. Right, so let's fix it. For this we're going to be using the Solana package. Yeah, and should be in a so there's no need to add any new package. Just run your pub get normally. Yeah, and it should work. So when the linting error goes away, I'm going to start. But then yeah, so to be more organized for this one, let's just create a new file, right? I'm gonna call it Solana balance dot that. So this is going to be our balance service, right? Let's name it rename it to balance service. Um, balance service dot that. Right. So let's get started. We're going to create a new class that's going to that we're going to call anytime we need to interact with anytime we need to get the balance right. This class is going to contain our function and variables that we're going to be using. And let's import the packages that we're going to need, right? I'm going to name the Solana package. I think before that we're going to need the this one's, all right. So another thing we're going to create, right? Another thing we're going to create is the token balance class that's going to like it's going to be like a model class, right? That helps us to like um helps us to like model the what we're gonna create on like the UI, right? So uh, it's gonna just contain two things. Um, Final string that's gonna be like the mint address, and then a double that's gonna hold like the amount, right? Um, so now we can like create our constructors, right? Oh my God. Yeah, so now we can create our constructors, right? Balance model, gonna make both of them required, right? So, Jesus Christ. Um, so to get the user balance, I'm going to need to interact with the RPC client, right? So, I mean, the Solana package already makes this like very easy for us to do, right? Because they already like provide us with the APIs, or yeah, APIs is the right word. So they already like provide us with the APIs to like do it properly, just like the Web3 JS package alternative, right? So um, we're going to need to define these variables. Then we're going to like create a constructor that takes in the wallet address. Mm, Alright, so then we need to like create a way for us to collect the user's wallet, right? So now we're going to create a constructor. This constructor is going to take in the wallet address. Right, so now we can just work on the functions that we're going to be using. Right, so based on what we're going to be doing in this video, we just need two functions, right? A function to get the soul balance and then a function to get like the SPL tokens balance. So to get the soul balance is very easy, right? So so I'm using a filter of those because yes, they want to get like the amount the user will get. Right. So the result of this is going to easily be the soul balance, right? Right. So here we're going to pass the wallet address, and that's pretty much it. But now one thing to take note of is that when we do this, what we're getting is the lamp pots, right? So on Solana, the way the way they natively calculates tokens is by lamp pot, especially the Solana tokens by lamp pot. So like when you see one soul in your wallet, that's like 1 billion lamp pots, like right for computation. So it just makes everything a lot easier, especially because sometimes you know how gas fees calculated. So if you're calculating by soul, it's going to be like in decimals, but then in lampots, when you pay like 1 cent, you can say 25,000 lampots or something like that. So that's pretty much how it works like that. So what we're going to turn to this function is going to be the value of the result, right? And we can get this value because we already did this function, right? We're going to divide it by lamport per soul. So this is going to be like 1 billion, right? This guy's already defined it for us here. Exactly. So instead of just using this 1 billion, I just use the utility. Right. So that works. I think I should run the file. Yeah. It on my. Right. So if you take the main data, it just calls this display wallet balance screen. Right? This is just plainly UI stuff, right? So converted it to stateful so we can explore the state better, right? Yeah, so while it's running, let's just continue working on the second function, right? So for this one we're going to get because the user can like have more than one SPL number of SPL tokens in his wallet, right? So what we're going to get is like a list of token balance, right? Token balance is a class that has already been defined by the Solana package for us. Yeah, exactly. These are the properties. Right, so get SPL balance. Right. So just like with the just like while we're getting the solana balance, right? So to get the SPO balance too is it's pretty much easy. Like we're just going to be using the RPC clients just like before, right? So I just say um, right. So this one actually require fields, right? Um, so our UI is running right. It's a very basic UI as you can see. Yeah, we're just going to input personal functions. So now still requires field. The pub key, which is going to be the wallet address, right? We're just going to pass the wallet address then filter. So we're going to like filter what you want to get from here. So we're going to be filtering it by program ID, and you don't need to be like scared. There is already like the program ID has already been defined in this class. Token token program dot program ID, right? But then this might not work ex, explicitly because of the way that is, and you have to um I mean you have to yeah, because of the way that is, you have to like pass everything properly. So for passing, we are going to use um JSON. Yeah, JSON pass. We're going to pass with JSON. Alright, so to be able to display to be able to display this result now in our UI, right? So first, before we do this, commit that. Let's try to let's try to do this and see what happens, right? So alright, so let's try to do that. When let's check what that returns to us. Um, so whenever page initializes, we want to call the Solana balance service, right? Okay, so we have to initialize it. Now we're going to pass the wallet address. Everything must be initialized. I just want to get the the public key of the wallet that actually has tokens and some real Solana in it, right? So while that is running, let's see if we can get the SQL token balance. Right, so let's go back here. Let's just pass that. Um, let's go back here and just print the results so we can see what like it looks like. Right, so go back to our app and restart, not restart it. Or should we log it instead? As it is going to show. Not restart. Exactly. So for us to like get the actual value of what this is, right? That is, so for us to get the actual value of what this is, we're going to need to, let's see if we can actually see if we can do this. Try to restart it again. Yeah. So as you can see now, that's a lot of program accounts, right? Instance of program accounts. For us to like be able to get this, we need to like find a way to map all of these program accounts now to like program accounts itself, right? Um, exactly. We need to map it, like create a program accounts model and like pass it to it, something like that. So let's just um, let's try to see how we can do that. Right. So first of all, we don't know we're going to be expecting like a list of token balances, right? So and remember, token balance is like is our token balance. Yeah, so we can actually like create an actual list that will hold the token balance, right? And like pass it to a variable. Right, so now to just to be So now, so that we can iterate over this like this, we're going to use a for loop, right? Or should we call it iterator? So this past account data is based on based on the way we're passing it here, right? So it's supposed to be okay. Well, we're going to be looking through results. We're going to be looking through our results now. But we're going to try to look through this, right? Um, and then um, every iteration, right? We're going to store every iteration, the data from every iteration, we're storing it in this variable, right? So now we can check that if the data is something that we can use with the parse data type, right? Then we can perform action on it, right? Else then nothing just happens. So now we're kind of like filtering it, right? To return. So this is a generated class for us that we can make use of, right? So if you're curious about what is going on is basically something that we get because we're using this generated we're using this class, right? Um right, so now we can try to access the data um from our past it. Right, to be able to do this in the first place, we need to ensure that it is a type of token account data. Um, so we're just going to use if statement, check that it is not null in the first place. Now we can just add that to the list of token balance model, right? So the mint, you can see mint amount is amount exactly. So right. Now if we try to print tokens again, right? We should see that it works this time. Then we can try to consume it in our UI. Stands with token data model. Oh yeah. Yes, it's a list, right? So I always have to iterate on the list. But we can, I think we can do this. Attrition should work like that. That should work. So I'm just gonna take like the first item in the list. So basically, what works is just just this function, right? This is how we get the SQL token. But then we're trying to like pass it. This is what makes it very long. I think in JavaScript, it's like do something very similar to this, right? But I just feel like it's a longer process that you can't just say to string. Um, I just print the main thing. I mean, it already works. So to display it in our UI, right? Um, and right. So we need to hold this value somewhere. Right. I collected some grass. There's still grass in the wallet. We need to hold this value somewhere. Create like a variable so we can just like display it on the UI. There's a return SQL token balance. Turn to token balance. Right. Let's try that. Um, so here we can see. It look like that. Sure. Alright, so I think that works. Um, So that works too. Now we can just display it in our UI. You can see full balance or just try try again later. Right. So and for tokens, I'm not sure I, I remember how to do this, but can we? Okay. Um. Okay, it's already there for us. There's in a list view the builder. The item count would be SPL balance dot length, right? So because it's there, in case it's no, just in case if we don't expect it to be obviously. Um, yeah, what is that take idea? So for the name, let's put in SPL balance. View builder, then the list style. So as well, we're supposed to like iterate through this. Right, so we can just use the index um to iterate and then text is models put no name, I guess. And then for the amount, control it says pure balance, iterate through to the index and amount else 0. Return a feature of a void without passing keyword. Right, so we have to create a new function to do this for us. And then in the init state call the function. Right, so fetch data, right? Right, so we are going to put like a set state, right? When this is done. Right, so glad it works. Ignore the UI errors. We're focusing on like Solana analytics. So if you're curious about how to, oh wow, I have a lot of tokens. Wow. You're curious about get SPL tokens and Solana tokens. I mean, this is pretty much like the um wallet's home screen, right? Shows like every token that the wallet has, even a lot more than my normal wallets would show. So see you guys in the next video.